This is a very blessed gospel in that Jesus declares all food clean, and thus we can eat bacon. It's a beautiful thing. But he's saying we're called to holiness, right? That we're called not just to external or liturgical holiness, but rather our hearts have to be purified. Our hearts have to be clean, that we have to allow those things to be purified out of us. Evil thoughts, unchastity, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, licentiousness, envy, blasphemy, arrogance, folly. Those things which keep us, our hearts, from being close to God. And in the psalm today we hear that the salvation of the just is from the Lord, and He is their refuge in time of distress. And then it says, because they take refuge in Him, the Lord helps them and delivers them. This call that we're called to take refuge in the Lord, to run to Him. And so often, what is the temptation of the evil one? It's fear and pride, both of which keep us from taking refuge in the Lord. Pride says, I can do this on my own. I don't need God's help. I'm just going to run my own life and be my own person instead of hiding under the wings of Almighty God. Or the flip side of pride is we have despair and saying, even God can't help me. I'm such a mess, even God can't help me. But then there's this fear that God isn't going to be that good and loving Father who will protect me. He says, I want you to do this. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm afraid that that's not going to be enough to protect me, or that's going to be too hard, or whatever. And so we back off from Almighty God because of fear and pride. And He invites us, rather, to take refuge in Him, to hide in the shadow of His wings, that the Lord helps them and delivers them. He delivers them from the wicked and saves them. But too often, we don't think God can really save us. We don't think God can really deliver me from this particular evil situation. We don't think there's going to be a way through, that when He asks me to do this particular thing or to avoid this other thing, that I'm really going to find the fulfillment or the comfort that I need. But the salvation of the just comes from the Lord. May we turn our hearts over to Him. May we allow Him to purify all that brokenness from within us, so that instead of fear or pride, we may run to Him and hide under His wings, knowing that He will guard us, He will protect us, He will draw us ever close to His heart if we take refuge in Him.